Hello, welcome to another Physio Life Skills video. My name is Justin Scriven. I'm a physiotherapist here in Fordingbridge, and today the video is going to be just for you if you are starting to get hip stiffness or hip pain. One of the biggest reasons as we get older that we're starting to get stiffness in our hips is that we're just not moving them enough or in the right way. So today I've got 5 exercises that you can do in under 5 minutes that will make your hip feel so much better. So as we get older, one of the things that happens is we move our hips less, and the joints just love movement. It stimulates the synovial fluid, that brings in all the nutrients, it helps with shock absorption, it helps with the lubrication of the joint. So what I'm going to show you is what I show all my patients that have got hip stiffness and pain is a nice user-friendly little routine that you can do at home that can make a massive difference to your hip stiffness and pain. I'm going to reveal to you what those 5 exercises are. You can do them super quickly. So if you're ready, let's learn and demo. So the first exercise is a brilliant exercise. It's a great one to start with. It's called Open the Door. And so you want to imagine that your pelvis is a door frame, your thigh is a door, and your hip is a well-oiled hinge. And with your knees bent up, with your feet flat on the floor or on a bed, so you can do it on either. So if you're struggling to get on the floor, then don't worry, because it works very, very well on the bed too. What I want you to do is imagine that you're opening your leg out to the side, opening that well-oiled hinge, and there are 2 things that I want you to focus on. Number 1, how far you can move that leg out to the side, and number 2, how smooth the movement is. I want it to feel like it's a beautifully velvety movement. You may find initially, if you haven't done this before, it's a bit cogwheely, a bit jerky, but I want you really to concentrate on that opening up of the hip, trying to get that smoothness of movement. 10 repetitions, do it on both sides. So even if one hip is more stiff than the other, it's good to do it on both. I want you to do this as the first exercise in the routine. And the second exercise is the windscreen wiper. All we have to do, it's the same position. So again, lying on the bed or lying on the floor, you put your feet apart. Same position, but the feet are going just wider than your shoulders. And you're going to try and bring the hips to one side. So the upper leg you want to bring down, you're looking to really aim that knee towards the opposite ankle. And that will create an internal rotation of the hip. And then when you come back out to the other side, it creates an opening or an external rotation. And obviously when you're going over it into one side, the other hip will be doing the opposite. Again, 10 repetitions is a lovely place to start. So nice easing in through that movement. You can start with a small range to start with, and then as your hips start to feel that they're loosening, then you can gradually increase that range. Don't push it into pain, but gently move it and through that range and feel that movement starting to increase. Third exercise we're going to do is a pendular swing. So this involves just standing up. I would probably stand next to the kitchen work surface or a sink. You can just put a light hand touch on it if you need that little bit of support. Probably just helps you relax the muscles around your hip better. You want to feel like that leg is really hanging out of the hip. So you want to try and feel that there's an element of dropping out and gapping in that hip joint. So that will feel like it just opens the hip. And then you just do some nice forward and backward swings, side to side swings, maybe 10 in each direction, and then some anti-clockwise and clockwise circles. So it's a really relaxed pendulum movement, and that will just start to get the hip to let go and gap and release. It's a great one for the start of our standing exercises. Fourth exercise is an up and out. So we're going to try and now use the hip flexor muscles, the lifting up the leg. We're going to come up at about 12 o'clock on the clock face, if you imagine you're standing on a clock, and you're going to open the hip and take it down out to the side. So maybe if you can only go as far as 1 o'clock, that's fine, but I want you to start to see how far around the clock you can open out to, maybe even stepping out all the way out to 3 o'clock, and then coming back up and bringing it back in. So the variables are here are how far you go around the clock as you open out and how high you lift the knee as you come up, and you can gradually increase both as you feel that range of movement increases. And the last exercise, the fifth exercise, is going to be a squat. It's a sit squat, so I'm sure you may have seen this before, I want you holding on to something, and I want you to sit your bottom back. You're going to try and get this real give or flexion into the hips, so your bottom goes back as you come down into that squat. Again, no pain with this exercise. I just want you to feel the muscles getting stronger in the thighs and in the buttocks, getting a real feel of movement and flexion in that bend in that hips. Keep your back straight as you do it, and it's a lovely exercise both to get some movement in there, but also to get some strength around these legs, which are going to support the hips. Again, 10 repetitions is a great place to start. If you start to feel that's comfortable, maybe then start to go to 2 sets of 10, and use this as an exercise to finish off and get a little bit of activity into those muscles. So there we have it. You now have a simple, easy, lovely routine to help your hips feel loose and glidey and silky and smooth. It will help you reduce the stiffness. It will help you reduce some pain. It is a great way to start to get some rhythm and maybe a consistent routine. It's a nice way to slip into your daily routine. Doesn't take too long. So that's, I think, the key thing. If exercises take too long, then you're more likely to make excuses not to do them. But this is something that maybe you can simply slip into your routine quite well, and it will make a big difference to how you feel. So this is the plan. We've got 2, the first 2, which are the lying ones. So that is going to be opening the door and the windscreen wiper. And then the 3 standing ones are going to be pendular swing, up and out, sit to squat. Now, if you can't remember how many to do, then I would just stick with 10. 10 of each on both sides is beautiful. It will take you under a minute for each one, so under 5 minutes for the whole lot. Don't push it into pain, so be sensible, be careful. Make sure that if there's any pain that you back off or go and speak to a healthcare provider to get checked out. But otherwise, good luck with it. Let me know how you get on in the comments below. If you want to look around the channel for any other videos that may help you, then please feel free to do that. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video.